How much does social stress and isolation affect health? Dr. George Slavich shared this on the Functional Forum.
It's a very interesting meta-analytic review of a bunch of different studies published in PLOS Medicine in 2010. They just looked at the odds ratio of all-cause chronic disease-related mortality as a function of these traditional risk factors and, in addition, high levels of social stress. Social stress compared to these traditional risk factors was a stronger predictor of chronic disease-related mortality than physical inactivity, excessive alcohol use, smoking, and a bunch of other things that I'm not showing here. Now, social environmental patterning of mortality risk is not totally new. That's not a new concept. 20 years ago, House and colleagues published a really interesting and landmark paper in Science showing that across multiple countries and cultures, mortality risk decreases as social integration increases. And this is cross-cultural, this is internationally. As best we can tell, social integration is really important for health. Social isolation and other types of social stress are really bad for health, especially for health that involves immune system activity, and I'll talk about that in a second. We have found similar effects in some of the research that we've done. This is a study of 168 women with histologically confirmed epithelial ovarian cancer. We observed them over a period of 7 years. The best predictor of longevity in this particular study, when everything shook out, social connection. After 7 years, 63% of women who are socially well connected were still alive, compared to only 36% of women who are relatively socially isolated. Social stress alone, in this analysis, accounted for 27% of the variance that differed in women who lived longer with epithelial ovarian cancer versus women who died more quickly. Considered together, these findings, they point to two really interesting and important questions for us to consider as doctors, as researchers. Number one, how does social stress reach so deep inside of the body? I mean, in this case, we're talking about cancer biology, right? So it's presumably not just that social stress or social integration is just leading to negative thoughts or negative emotions. I mean, it's probably doing that. But if we see these effects in certain models, we start to wonder, well, could it be the case that social stress is actually influencing something like the tumor microenvironment or the immune system? How deep is it that social stress actually goes? How deep can we see these signals? And number two, we know that social stress is implicated not just in the experience of depressive episodes and anxiety episodes, PTSD, experiences of social stress and rejection, one of the best proximal predictors of heart attacks, epithelial ovarian cancer. I just gave you an example. So how can it be that social stress exerts such broad effects on health? Why would that be the case? Okay, so answers to these questions, we think, can be viewed through the lens of an exciting new field called human social genomics.
Thanks so much for watching, and for more great clips like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I've created a special free video just for you called Harnessing the Power of Community in Your Practice, and it'll give you a clinical model, practical tools that double as marketing, and strategies to develop a community of your peers. All you have to do is click on the link below.